I want to relay this message, and I shouldn't even say this on TikTok. I shouldn't say it on TikTok, but I have to say it. But that's why we got to find a way to communicate outside of TikTok. A lot of y'all right now, is beginning to feel different. A lot of y'all right now is beginning to feel things and see things and do things that you probably have never done before. Y'all beginning to feel different. A lot of y'all is beginning to see things, hear things that you have never heard before. A lot of y'all is beginning to see like sequences. A lot of y'all is beginning to see certain things happening. A lot of y'all is beginning to feel deja vu. A lot of y'all is beginning to feel like y'all plans is changing. The thing about it is that the energy on this planet is changing, is shifting. So a lot of us that has gifts, that has powers that we were born with, it is coming into the front now. So if you are able to, for instance, if you got a gift of reading people very well, like telepathy, if you got the gift of reading people so well, a lot of people is going to come across this gift that they were born with, that they always had. And when they see this, it's going to scare them. Like, because you're going to start asking questions to that person. They say, how you know that? It's going to scare you. A lot of y'all may realize that I don't want to exploit everything. A lot of y'all may see people. A lot of y'all may see dark shadows, light shadows, sparkling lights, synchronicities and numbers. Y'all might be hearing voices. You might hear your dead loved ones. You might hear loved ones that is still alive. You might feel like, anyway, the thing about it is that we are coming into our gifts and our powers that we have always had, that we were born with. Because the veil is thinning, the energy is changing. So when y'all notice that y'all is going through these things, do not let it run you crazy. If anything, you indulge in the powers and the gift that you have. You play with it, you learn it, because this is the way of you learning yourself and mastering yourself. And the fact that you are waking up and your spirit is waking up and showing you who you are, right? The entity that is controlling this whole dimension, the entity, the demonic entity that is controlling this whole realm, that is controlling this whole reality, they are aware that you are growing into your higher self. They are aware that you was coming into your higher self. They are aware that your inner spirit is trying to come out, right? So now that your inner spirit, your higher self, your glorified self is trying to reveal through you who you really are, that demonic entity is aware, almost like the movie Supercell. That demonic entity that is watching you is fully aware that your higher self is trying to come out. So now that this evil entity is aware that who you really are is about to flourish, the war is now on you. Because this evil entity is going to try to attack you because it don't want you to know consciously that subconsciously your higher self is trying to come through. So it's going to do everything it got to do to scare you. So when you see that you are coming into these new things about your life, that you can do different things now, it's going to scare you. Like, oh my God, what did I just do? Some people get so scared when you see a dark shadow past you or you see a light shadow. They get scared because they don't know who they are. They don't know that this is a gift that they have. And the evil entity is going to taunt you with it. Because now that you can actually feel the energy a lot more, you are going to see things that you don't want to see. And the way that they win us over in this reality, in this dimension, and in this room, they use fear. They can't use magic on us. Because if they use magic on us, then they could get us to do whatever we want. This is why we have our free will. Because they use fear in order to win us over. Because they know that we have the power to say yes or no. They know that we have the power to do whatever we want. We don't have to answer to no fucking body. But if they use fear against us, like, if you don't want to pay bills, fine. You won't eat. You won't live in your house. You're going to be on the street. That's a fear that they put on us. But we don't have to work. We don't got to do shit. This is a free world. This is why they call us the free people. You ever notice that? People that's in the higher ups, like the government and the president, they call us the free people. This is why they're trying to get us to be under law, to be under contract, because we are considered free people. So now the free people is getting their power that they always had. This is why the spiritual war is not on everybody. You got a lot of people that's walking on this earth that's living their everyday happy-go-lucky lives. They go to work, they eat, they go home. The war not on them because they are not aware of who they are. They just living. But the one that is coming into who they really are, the one that is becoming awakened to who they really are and how powerful they are, the entity that created this dimension is watching you now. The war is now on you. This is why in the movie Supercell, if you watch it on Netflix, the war was on the ones that had the powers. It wasn't on everybody in the city. It was only on the ones that had the power. The war is on the 144,000. The war is on the chosen. The war is on the ones that got that eye woke. It's not on everybody. Because if you notice, everybody ain't going through what you're going through. You're going through a spiritual awakening. You're trying to get to know your higher self, but yet you're going through so much shit. But yet the guy next door to you, he don't know shit about spirituality. He just is happy, going to work every day, getting in his car, taking care of his family. It's like he living good. But yet you aware of everything that is going on in life. You know what's transpired. You know everything because you were spiritually inclined. But yet you're going through so much mental shit. You're going through so much psychological shit. But yet this motherfucker is like, hey. And they don't know nothing that's going because the war is not on them, it's on you. So when you come into powers, your gifts that you are naturally born with, because we are all naturally born with gifts and powers. It's just that it was taken away from us because we are under a curse. And this body that we are living in is cursed. This body was created to be deaf and dumb. Our minds was created to be deaf and dumb. This is why you got to get to know your higher self, the inner you, because that inner you, that higher spirit that lives in you is going to open that mind up. That mind is your third eye. See, when they created the body, they closed it. This is why we eat and drink everything to crystallize it, to keep it closed, right? But our spirit is going to open it up. And once you open it up, it ain't nothing that they can do to close it. This is why they say no weapon formed against you shall prosper. Because now that you open up your third eye, you can eat and drink whatever you want. It's open now. I can drink all the water that I want to drink. My third eye is open, and that bitch is open. Understand what I'm saying? So this is why they say no weapon formed against you shall prosper. Because once you awaken to your higher self, once you awaken to know who you are, where you are, why you was created, you are going to open that so wide until it ain't going to be no weapon. Even if you do die, you already know where you are going. You already know what's ahead. You already know because you have awakened to where you currently are now. The main thing that you have to know when you become awakened or trying to become awakened, the main thing that you have to know and understand is where you are and who you are. If you don't have a great understanding in where you are and who you are, it's going to be hard for you to see everything around you because it's going to fuck you up. Believe me, it's going to fuck you up. But it ain't going to fuck you up to the point where, well, yeah, but it depends. You're going to go to a fucking mental institution. Fucking around. But when you get to see that you have gifts and powers, indulge in it. Play in it. Have fun in it. Get to know who you are. Because it's going to get to a time where, though, you have to use those gifts and powers when we go to war.